live. And the game has started, so we'll get into it.
Great.
Oh, and that game volume's a little bit too loud for me. I'll have to turn that down. I'll do it in game. Hello everybody in the live stream. I'll do a proper introduction in a split second. Hello everybody in the live stream. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Hi Met King. Okay, well we can we're gonna have two co-commentators with this one. I'll introduce the first. That we're waiting for the second to arrive. We have a new member of the community and one of the players who's participating in this New Blood Championship. Ozzy's here with me. Hello Ozzy. How are you today?
I've been better, but you know, that's life, right? You play the hand you're dealt.
Exactly.
And that is no more true than when you play this game.
I couldn't agree more. That is a perfect introduction. Well, welcome to the community, and congratulations on your first win that you got in the tournament last night. Very impressive stuff, so watch out for the name, people. Ozzy's going to make a big impact.
Yeah, he's lying. Don't believe him.
It's all Met King's fault, right? Met King twisted your arm to compete.
He also somehow dragged Worm Talon into chorusing me.
I know. This is just Met King. Just yeah, I know. and then now look, he's now telling me, oh, I'd rather commentate rather than play. Oh, I see how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. What did you make?
I DM a local game with him. I'll drop rocks on his head later.
He said in chat, "I'm the great corruptor." Excellent.
Well, he's half right. Corruptor, yes, great, possibly.
Alright, well hello everybody who's watching this in live stream obviously, and after the game this is a match from the New Blood Championship, of course, a tournament that's designed to help out newer players. We've got 9 brand new newcomers to the community, plus 3 experienced, more experienced players who are competing. See who will be the next big star in our community. We've got a league going on at the moment, and then later on it will transition to a knockout phase. We're still in the early stages. We've only had a handful of games so far, and these are probably, I would say, there are a lot of obviously players like Ozzy and others. I have no idea how they're going to play because we've got no idea, but I think these are probably 2 of the strongest players to watch, I would say. Fangs of Fire is the most experienced member who's playing. He's been in the community for about a year now. He's competed in 2 tournaments. Was probably a little bit unlucky not to qualify out of the first stage of the World Championship. He was in a group with Mr. Gring and JB Philly and Edward Scissorhands, and that's not that is not easy at all. But beat JB Philly twice in the group stage, and JB Philly ended up finishing 3rd in the whole thing. So definitely has learned a lot over the last year. And then Altaris has been playing fairly regularly over the last month or 2 and has learned a lot, and we've had some good games against each other recently. So yeah, definitely not a bad player at all. So yeah, I was really looking forward to this. Obviously when all the groups got drawn, there's so many players I don't know much about, but when I saw this matchup at the very beginning, I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be a good one.
Yeah. Already we got at least a little bit of interesting information here with Nina's exposed hand. Nina's showing heroic leap at her opening hand.
Oi oi. That'll be very interesting. If that's going to get traded or she'll be kept on her. Yeah, that's massive already, and Dracula's going to have to play around that. People in the live chat.
That's a good knowledge thing for Dracula to have. Just to know that that assassin technique is right there in the open.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh. Is this the legendary Quincy Morris?
No, I am his identical twin brother, Quincy Morris. Ooh!
Hello, Quincy. Long time no speak. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm glad that there's a new tournament going on that I can watch and commentate on. That is one of my more favorite things to do.
Without the pressure of competing, right?
Yes, yes. With me being engaged now and trying to publish books, I have little time for games, but I'm glad that I can watch them at least.
Well, congratulations on the engagement. That's great to hear. People in live stream, yeah, this is the legendary member of the community I was alluding to. The reason why so many of us discovered it. Hired scouts. That's going to be
Good to see I'm in the right game.
I was thinking maybe check Amsterdam. No, Bucharest and Cologne are not on the trail.
interesting. Well, I guess Cologne is to rule out Amsterdam, but then Brussels could also be the starting. Well, no, because it's misdirected, right?
Yeah, you misdirected.
Interesting.
Does anything significant happen that I missed?
There's a heroic leap on Mina that Ozzy pointed out. I guess we should have introductions. Quincy Morris. This is Ozzy. Quincy Morris.
Hello, Ozzy.
Hello. Yeah, based on this board, the only other places that I would think to check is maybe something like 22 or 17. Because
Yeah.
the way the board's situated up, I'm thinking either kind of like middle of Europe or go right far towards the Black Sea.
Yeah, because it makes Italy less inviting, but it weakens the East in terms of the hunter perspective. Because I was going to say Mina and Godalming started separated, but Mina's going up to join Godalming.
We have a surprise psychic scan here.
Or did he ticket it?
He used a ticket.
Okay. No, I mean, that's an interesting way to do this because ultimately you do want to take advantage of Godalming's at hand to draw to trade cards with Mina. It just works out really nicely.
Yeah, this is a bit of a variation on my setup, but instead of starting one of the hunters adjacent to Godalming, you start one in 25, one in 58, and you threaten Italy more than you threaten Germany, which is interesting. I like it.
I prefer it then. If you're going to move one of the two hunters, I think it makes more sense to move Mina up to Godalming rather than the other way round, because you're leaving the East so open otherwise. But
yeah, it's one of those things that there's an obvious move, but you don't know, and like it would be unlikely for Dracula to start in Italy with that setup.
Yeah,
and that is sort of what you're encouraging.
Yeah, because you can only move like 3-4 times before eventually you're getting to a cutoff point. Yeah. If Mina doesn't move, and they don't. In the hunters on week 1, they don't care about moving. They just want to keep drawing cards.
Not if they're playing correctly.
So I just got to do some live stream admin chat. Hello, everybody in the live stream. Hi, Gyro and Wakajic and Kieran and Metking, of course. Okay, yeah, I just turned up Ozzy's volume. Hopefully that's a little bit better now. Yeah, I completely agree with what you two are saying, you know, because if Mina's in Genoa, then if Drac does start in Italy, then how's he going to get out? He's either going to have to go out via Venice, and then it's very obvious the direction he's going in. It's all very choreographed. Or is he going to wolf form already out of Florence? And that's not really what maybe Dracula wants to do. Because even then, a wolf form out of Florence isn't that great. So, hey, Rookmania's here. Hi, Rook.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a whole bluff, right? Dracula would never start in Italy if Mina's sitting right there, so maybe you just do it anyway.
Yeah, it adds new bluffing potential that is at least different than what a lot of people are used to.
Wait.
More hired scouts.
Alright, okay. I honestly think...
Has he thrown anything into... Okay, I was going to say, Sofia Valona.
And Bucharest got checked... I think it was the first day. Yeah, so they've checked those 3, but then obviously...
Did he scan Austria-Hungary?
I don't think so, I didn't see it.
Oh, come on. You gotta do that. I know you want to get your horses working, but
I know. Yeah.
I don't know the city locations and their numbers by heart, so I almost wish when they say the city, they'd also like it hyphens
includes the number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess because the number is not the default setting. When you get the game, you have to tell it, "I want the number."
Right.
Yeah.
You still see players who play without the numbers, which is fine. If they don't want to play with numbers, that's okay.
No, it's just that for the most part, like you can't when you're mousing over a city, it doesn't tell you the city, but you always see the number. The number is always visual. That's why.
Oh, I'm behind the veil
behind
too.
the veil.
Oi.
Oh.
There's
Only one vampire and fog. Given there is
honestly a pretty good hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of variation.
Yeah, get rid of that fog. That's the obvious pick.
Yeah, you always get rid of the fog.
I was saying, Quincy, before you turned up, that in terms of these two players, these are probably, again, there's a lot of unknowns because there are a lot of players we haven't seen play yet, and they're newcomers, but these are probably two of the ones to watch out for at this early stage. Fangs of Fire has obviously been in the community for about a year. Altaris has played very recently, has played a lot over the last month or so, has been playing pretty much every day and has learned a lot against the likes of Vakajic and has played some games against myself. So this is definitely, we can expect probably some high-level things going on here.
Makes
No
me
evil
feel like
Evil presence.
he's in France or Germany.
Yeah. Maybe went to Non or something. Yeah,
I
maybe
don't.
did do Amsterdam start perhaps.
Yeah, I could have done Amsterdam. He could theoretically be in the UK.
Yep.
Wait, no, not with.
No, not now.
No.
Not with Evil Presence.
Oh, unless
Unless he's in 19 currently.
Yeah, unless he's in 19, that's the only way, and that's
Could be in
very
19. He could have dodged it.
yeah, highly unlikely though. But hey, it's possible.
I mean, if that's the case, then he's quickly running out of time, and he's going to have to flee to the North Sea if he's in 19.
Yes, he would need to ocean move now. Just not honestly the worst situation to be in.
Yeah, but it would be an immediate giveaway, I feel like.
Yeah, it would suggest that he was in the UK. Though not necessarily mean that he was in the UK. I'm actually a fan of ocean moving in the first week, even when you don't have to. I think it can add some obfuscation because
There's a scan.
they'll discover Dracula's trail and then be like, and then he's 2 ocean moves away from whatever, this city is. This actually does not give us a lot of new information.
All right, so
But to see that level of innovation for a newer player would be pretty interesting.
I'm almost thinking maybe he started somewhere in Nantes or Bordeaux.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I just think there's a couple of things. So Mina now has a horse. Mystic Research got played. There is there are 4 hunter cards at the bottom. There's 1 stake and discard. Yeah, both crucifixes. Yeah, don't tell Strider. There's Holy Bullets as well, but that's it. The 1 stake is kind of the main thing that's
Yeah, the
in
stick
there.
being discarded, I noticed that being a bit odd.
Yeah, honestly, I think it would be all
Alright, let's
newspaper.
see.
Oh, it was Galad. Whoa, wow, good call, Ozzy.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, he definitely should have done that psychic scan. Because he didn't go to 50.
Yeah, so it could have been in Klausenberg or Belgrade when Mina moved up. Maybe. I can't remember the exact timing, but it's very possible. But it's now not in Austria-Hungary, so it's now maybe in Sofia. Wow.
Yeah. Now he can get to Galatz in time. With the right collection of horse rolls and tickets. Actually, he only needs 1 good horse roll to get to Galatz.
Mm-hmm. But then you'll have to have the items to also back it up. If they don't have stakes between them. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, maybe
they're
really nervous about trying to stop that. Maybe he just wants to really guarantee that these endpoints don't happen.
I would not use a renewed vigor here, but maybe he thinks he can get on Dracula? Maybe he thinks he knows where he is? Maybe he's narrowed it down and thinks that he's actually in 50.
This might be a case of damage control, too,
Yeah. Because also to imagine if Klausenberg is some sort of like delaying based thing, then like that. Well, he's going to lose his second action now for that.
That is going to eat his second action, yeah. Which I believe this should trigger immediately, correct?
It should. It'll be interesting to see if the game actually does this correctly.
Yeah. I actually don't think I've seen this situation. I've only thought of it theoretically.
I know sometimes
but it
it
looks
does
like it
is
immediately triggering, yeah.
Yeah, the fact it's waiting for Altaris, who's the Dracula player here, yeah.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the soft counter to Renewed Vigor, is bats. That if you move into Dracula's location, that is what it should do. So like, if that had been Dracula's location, it's like, haha, I use Renewed Vigor to jump on you. It's like, nope, I use bats and I actually kick out one of your hunters.
And he decides to retreat, go back to 11. Maybe giving up on that rumor token then.
That was the bats move.
11 makes sense. Dracula clearly was not in 11, so he's not really giving the hunters any information there by moving them to 11.
Right, but we know now he went from 22 to 28, so he more than likely either went back to 10 or he went to 33.
Yeah, or maybe I can't remember when the scan was. How many?
33? You mean 53?
Oh, 53, sorry.
Yeah.
I had the screen minimized.
Yeah,
5 and 3 look the same.
6, 10.
I gotcha.
Could be on Black Sea coast now. Yeah, there's a few different places.
Yeah, I would have not used Renewed Vigor this early.
But then maybe, some players would think of it as like, well, do I want to give up 7 points early? One was if there were slow horse rolls, or maybe Mina has a horse, but her items cannot deal with a vampire.
So, like, if Galatz was on the 6th space right now, then I would understand it. I've even used Renewed Vigor a time or two to get to a rumored vampire. Or if Galatz had a hide protecting it, then I would use Renewed Vigor, because if it did have a hide protecting it, then it might be, I need to hit it now because it might be a saboteur that I can't deal with and they'll become delayed. But since it's not protected and it's not on the 6th space, I don't think you need to have risked it.
Yeah.
I wonder if he might be trying to think maybe moving Mina down to 59 just to trap Dracula into this region, force him to go to the coast.
Moving to 59 makes sense. I think Renewed Vigor will give a lot of value in moving to 59 first, checking to see if Dracula's there or has gone there, and then if he hasn't...
And I can horse to 28.
Yeah. Oh, this will be pretty strong.
Oh, I just realized that was a day trade with Seward, is now excellent weathering in. Interesting.
Huh, okay.
That's always nice to be able to just get right off the sea. Yep.
That's a little efficient, yeah.
But then again, Dracula knows.
Okay, he just doesn't...
No, he wants to send Mina to Galatz then, right?
Yeah. Just, I guess wants to deal with it efficiently, doesn't get caught up with it, and then can maybe put more pressure on Drac, since the trail is not as advanced.
With the heroic leap here, the only real thing that she's worried about is a new vampire.
Yeah.
If she doesn't have a stake, which I'm assuming she does.
Which might be
even if she doesn't, with that Mystic Research out, she'll be able to resupply in 10 pretty well. And it's unlikely Dracula's in 10, although not as unlikely as you would think.
Oi.
It's reckless.
It is indeed a reckless.
Oh. If you have a stake, I say you hold on to the heroic leap and you just try to kill him normally.
Nope, never mind.
Nope,
the heroic leap.
So
not a bad use of heroic leap.
2 very big events used, but no points for Dracula.
Yes.
No points for Dracula, and honestly,
no Fang points either. Yeah.
Heroic leap would have been nice to have an ace in a hole, but it's only a really good ace in a hole if Drac doesn't see it coming. So I think this is probably his best outcome for using it.
Yeah, and Mina's far enough away that she doesn't really have to worry about Dracula setting up some trap for her. Although there could be wolves in 10, which she bumbles into and dies, although she'd be healing this turn, so she won't quite die.
Right.
Still, Dracula must be feeling really good about the use of that Renewed Vigor.
Yep. Okay, that's the first night supply. I was just going to say, because... I go, Deep.
Yeah, I was just saying that we've already seen like a good amount of really powerful events get used up.
Yeah. I was going to say the exact same thing because of the fact, thinking about, newer players, the whole key to this game is obtaining incremental amounts of information. And if, as a Dracula player, if you see them use an excellent weather, a renewed vigor, a heroic leap, you can almost just like tick them off the list and be like, right, don't have to worry about that, don't have to worry about that, don't have to worry about that. And that just makes them...
what did they gain by spending those? I mean, they killed a reckless vampire on a rumor.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I mean, that's okay.
Yeah,
but...
that's good, and I get that it's almost a tempo loss because you won't have it, but not quite. It's hard to say. I don't know what Mina's hand is. We know she has horses, and
I would say using the heroic leap was justified, but not the renewed vigor or even the excellent weather for that matter. I'm a big fan of holding on to excellent weather
for the chase.
Yeah, for the chase. Not in the early days, we used to do what is being done here with excellent weather of getting Van Helsing out of England fast, but with how often a Dracula has won by one move because he was able to go to Cagliari before the hunters were able to get to him, hold on to your excellent weathers.
Or is able to hide in Cagliari and they're having to move slowly onto the island, right? And take that extra time to hide, place the extra encounter you need, and all this sort of thing, yeah.
Right, or Draculas who then escape to the UK when you don't have consecrated ground. Excellent weather is like, oh, I'm so glad I have this. I've won many games that I would have lost if I didn't have excellent weather.
Van Helsing losing one turn to an extra move where he does nothing at night isn't the end of the world.
No. It would only be maybe if wants to initiate a trade with Seward, but the fact that Seward's just stayed still implies that maybe that's not going to be the case.
So, I at this point...
Long turn on for Dracula here. He's really thinking.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he's considering wolf forming out of Eastern Europe, using that gap in the defenses to kind of... Because if I'm going with my assumption that he was either... He was at 49 or 53, and just wolf forming to 58, or from 49 to...
Or even 38. Yeah.
Yeah, he could have been in 49 or somewhere around there thinking, do I want to wolf form to 38? And then he's like, how obvious is that of a move? I mean, I would think it'd be reasonably obvious. If I was in this situation as the hunters and I saw Dracula wolf form, I would probably try to get Godalming to 38 as soon as possible.
Yeah. I'll say just from watching Altaris play, and also the fact I've played against him myself a few times, he is a very conservative player with wolf form. He will really take his time to use that ability. And if he really thinks there's no danger, won't force it, and will play as many single moves as possible, and then try and pull the trigger at the best moment. Obviously, you can get caught. Which is the sign
of a good Dracula player.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of good Dracula players hold on to wolf form. Some of them use it sparingly, but a lot of the really good ones, they just sit on it, which is how it used to be in the olden days.
Yeah. And that's so weird to me because I always viewed his wolf form as this is just a way to use my health as a resource, and if you don't care about having health, it's great.
Yeah, it is probably Dracula's most powerful ability, I would say.
Oh, went to 17 to see if that's where he started, which ultimately, here's what I think happened. He started at 10, went to 22, misdirected 10.
Possibly.
We didn't see those hired scouts until like turn 2 or turn 3.
See, 17, it would have been better to go to 10, because going to 10 basically reveals if he's in 17. Because you had that early reveal of Sophia.
Without having to go there. Yeah.
And it doesn't commit too far to that side of the board. And when you're in 10, you're like, okay, well, I can now move and
to 49.
Get, down into Greece faster, or it can go west faster. This is kind of an overcommit, I think.
Yeah,
but maybe
he was just trying to go around.
But I don't know.
I think he was just like trying to clear up the trail a little bit.
I'd have gone to 10.
Chiro's just said in chat, where is he? Where is Dracula? I'll give you a hint. It's Athens. It's always Athens.
Always Athens. Yeah.
Always. That's amazing.
Without the wolf form, it does. I would guess that he's making a beeline for Athens.
But let's say it's not. Let's just say Dracula is now in 59. He moves to 38, and then he wolf forms.
That would be the dream.
That's devastating for hunters if that's the
Yeah.
case.
Yeah, because then you could go to some place like 60, 24. There's just so much mess of potential what ifs. And I'm pretty sure neither Steward or Helsing has horses at this point. So
Regardless of the circumstance, Godalming needs to go to 59.
yeah.
If he's down in Athens, Godalming needs to go to 59. If he is making his way west, Godalming needs to go to 59. If he is mucking about in the middle, like around 50 or 10, Godalming needs to go to 59 in order to keep Dracula from then going west. Even if Dracula's in 49 right now, and when Godalming goes to 59, he wolf forms over him to 38, he still needs to go to 59, because then at least discovering 49 will let him know that. Although, honestly, if Godalming goes to 59 and then Dracula wolf forms, you go to 38. Just to check it.
Hi, hello Strider. Strider's in the chat. Who else is here? We've got me and Quincy, and we've got Ozzy, one of the new players in the tournament. So we've got a really nice mixture of experiences here. This is great. Still no wolf form? Just playing.
Hey, he's layering. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. Altaris knows what he's doing. He's been playing loads of games against Wakajic and got pummeled.
Since he has horses, I guess 49 is the better one.
Oh? There you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
sick.
I don't like that. That doesn't give a lot of information.
Yeah,
You gotta try to create a net. He's sort of going for the middle of Dracula's trail. You want to go for the edge.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Because Mina could have gone to 6, right?
Right.
Godalming could have checked somewhere else, because you don't want Dracula getting through this corridor undetected.
Yeah.
Especially since these two are not moving, they're supplying. Which if they're supplying, that's okay, because supplies are good. But
this just invites Dracula to do exactly what we were saying earlier. Newspaper.
Wait. So what's this?
So that's either 49 or 10.
So Bucharest is the space. He went to Bucharest after he got searched. Sophia. He's in 59 now, maybe? Or could be in Valona?
Okay, so
Bucharest.
Yes, it's exactly how I thought.
So if he should have gone to 40. Should have gone to 49. Because Mina going to Bucharest would basically have revealed this information anyway, but Godalming would be in a better position to go to Athens or to try to deal with whatever is going on. Ooh.
An aristocrat.
That's actually kind of a win for Dracula there.
Yeah.
Setting a stake on that.
One stake. Yeah, but it's exactly like I thought it was. He started at 10, went to 22, misdirected 10, went back to 10.
Yeah. Aristocratic vampires, like barbecue sauce, are there to waste your steaks. Because good steaks don't need barbecue sauce. And if you put barbecue sauce on a real, actual good steak, you're wasting that steak.
Well, first of all, you put Worcestershire sauce on the steak.
Oh.
A good steak doesn't need seasoning. The steak should be the steak. Okay, hold on. Let's see here.
You don't even put salt and pepper.
What was that encounter that just triggered? I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking about steaks.
Wolves.
It was wolves. Do you not even put salt and pepper on your steaks? Oh my god. Okay, we're going to turn into a cooking stream.
Salt and pepper is fine, but usually the person making the steak should put that on there. Sorry, as a Texan, I'm very opinionated about steaks. Okay, so he's keeping Mina at low health. That's good.
Yeah.
Although, given the fact that she has an escape route, it's kind of a annoying circumstance. She'll still be able to heal up to that number. Yeah. That was a search, right? Not an ambush. With that,
no, it was a search. It was a search. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
No, Altaris knows what he's doing. I was going to say just as a thing, because like, it's there's a lot for hunters. I mean, you know as much as, or we all do, Quincy, that the learning curve is massive. There's so many things you have to factor in, and the way that I would teach new hunters would be, especially in this portion of the game, dealing with the trail is the priority. So getting rid of Belgrade, which is going to be the next thing on the trail, makes sense. But of course, there's so many caveats to that if you can try to limit Dracula's movement, blocking him in, or understanding if Dracula's moving into the center of the map or is going to the coast, is also really important. There's just so many factors, and certain players will prioritize one thing, and then other players will prioritize other. I've seen other players prioritize Dracula too much, and they ignore the trail, and then things start maturing, and then things turn
Yeah,
to shit
yeah.
very quickly.
Knowing when to do that is hard, and for newer hunters, it's like just try to deal with the trail, and eventually you'll. Oh, it's not Athens.
Not at 55.
You went 38, see, and now he's gonna wolf form.
Yeah, that's
This
massive.
would be so much better if Seward was anywhere but where he is, but it's so hard because Seward has more supply actions that he needs to take. What?
Clearly
What?
doesn't have horses and bad tickets, or one of those two things.
But like from 42 in this circumstance, horses don't help that much because there's enough good moves from 42 that lock off and block his movement from 38.
But let's just operate maybe on an assumption. Seward might have 2 white 1 tickets.
That's what
That's
I
true.
was just going to suggest.
I hate
'cause
it.
If that
I hate when
happens, that would be
And then
the
you
worst
can
case scenario for
Yeah.
Seward.
When that
Because
happens
you
with
couldn't
me
take the
with Seward,
train.
often I will
Oh,
just
reckless.
discard one of the white ones because I have to rail. We're gonna see an escape
Ooh.
route here, and then she stakes it.
have to. Well, assuming
She's
she
in
has a
danger,
stake.
actually.
But then
Yeah, I don't think she has a stake anymore, unless she did supply, right? Or am I thinking of Godaman?
She has 3 items.
I think she must have. Maybe she.
I know she revealed
Gotta use the escape route.
knife.
4
has a
health.
Maybe she, because in Constanta, I think Mina healed because that would equate to the damage. She had to take 5 damage from Heroic Leap, and now she took 2 damage from the walls, but she's up to 4. So she must have healed a couple of times. So I don't. Maybe she does have a stake. But then why would you play Heroic Leap? You'd rather go into the combat with the vampire, maybe take a couple of damage, stake
You
it.
might have just drawn it.
Well, I mean that is also possible.
But
right,
either
yeah,
way,
she
you
was
gotta
good.
use the escape route.
Or
Yeah, Mina is way too injured.
She's way too weak. And killing that vampire, like, she doesn't have to do it right now. She can wait
Yeah.
to do it. She can
Yeah.
heal up.
I wouldn't be
or wait for
surprised if
Godalming
she
to come
like
in.
Godami might even have a stake and he can go and clean up house.
we also just realized like how good that was from Dracula's perspective. He put down an aristocratic vampire to eat the steak, and then put the reckless after it.
That's
so that-
the dream. That's what you want. You want to use your stakes on new vampires and reckless vampires, not aristocratics or hoaxes, honestly, for that matter.
Oh, sorry, another cooking question in the chat is directed to me. Rukmini is saying, I saw a headline recently about adding salt to tea so it tastes better. What do you mean it tastes better? Tea tastes good anyway. You don't need salt. I also saw one say you have to add lemon. These are clearly headlines written by people who don't drink tea. Outrageous.
Lemon. Yeah, that's... tea already has that, like, you don't need to add the type of flavor that you get from lemon to tea. You know, you add the sweetness to offset the flavor of tea, but because it's like an opposite, you know.
Unless it's literally lemon and ginger tea, but then there's an infusion. It's not black tea. Why would you add salt or lemon to black tea? That's outrageous.
I can't imagine salt. That's like, I would do it because I need salt in my diet, but like not for the flavor of the tea. I would do it to dilute the flavor of the salt because I'm trying to consume salt.
Oh man, oh that's outrageous.
I'm just going to
Not
stick
in
to my
tea,
coffee
no.
and make no comment.
Exactly, Rook. Just drink the tea as it is and enjoy it.
Like,
Just-
it doesn't even vaguely make sense, like putting butter in coffee. Like, that sounds weird until you're like, oh, well, that's just like hardcore cream, you know? And it's like, oh, okay, I guess that kind of makes sense. But salt doesn't even kind of make sense.
Oh no, now we're talking about how we should cook steaks now. Oh no.
Well, see, that's more of an opinion. I mean, they're the wrong ones, which is overcooking it. If it's well done, might as well be called badly done. You know, you want to have the juices of the steak in there. You're basically losing your steak the more you cook the juices out of it. It's just like, oh yes, all of this, yes, remove all of the good bits, please.
I always used to have steak well done, and then as soon as I tried it once medium, I can never go back to well done. I have to have it
It's like,
medium
oh
now.
man, I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, he did not do what I thought he would do.
And what were
He
you
just
expecting?
moved?
Is
I
he?
mean,
was
from this
thinking-
perspective, why wolf form? If you're around 38, the hunters are nowhere near you. Why waste that
Yeah.
resource?
Yeah, I know.
Even if Van Helsing stumbles into your space, that's good for you. Yeah, you want to fight.
Yeah, I just, I mean,
Van
how much of a threat is, if he's in 38, how much of a threat is Van Helsing? Well, he's been supplying a lot, so he's probably got good items, but there's no heroic leap to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, the most I would worry about is maybe taking, like, in total 4 damage from Van Helsing if you could do really bad in the combat.
Honestly, if I was him right now, I just realized this, I would hide in 38 and bait Helsing in.
Yeah, with a maybe like
Yeah.
with a mob or something like
That'd
that.
be a really good move, actually. That's
Imagine ambushing him with like a mob, get Van Helsing really low, or maybe kill him potentially, and then you, if you don't kill him, you can escape as bat out from Munich. So you're getting basically a free wolf form without taking the damage from wolf form.
Look,
Well,
59, the place that I had told him to go to 2 turns ago. That was the superior place to be.
and he's not even in 38. He's beyond 38. That's even more scary. Oh goodness me.
Wow, he has transcended beyond 38.
Oh,
Yeah,
ambush
it was a
with
spy.
spy. Interesting. Godalming actually had a weapon. Okay, what was that? A knife. Ooh. Oh, so that means then
That hurts.
we had a knife on Godalming, knife on Mina.
I'm guessing his other item is like a heavenly host or another a knife or something.
I know that he has horses. That's it. That's all Godalming has.
Right. Yeah.
Ooh.
And this is rough, because if he walks into 38, which Dracula could very well be hiding in right now,
Oh, can you imagine?
to resupply, and then it's like, oh, you have maybe another item? Van Helsing comes in? That's actually a decent fight for Dracula. One hunter with almost nothing and Van Helsing.
Yeah, it's either that or went 38 to 37 just to be one step away from Helsing.
Yeah, that's
Chase.
pretty smart for Van Helsing.
Yeah, to check rather than bundle straight into Munich, because he could be hiding there.
What?
Oh, searching it. Oh, what?
Seriously, Mina?
Oh,
Okay, I guess he just didn't want to take the night fight.
No. It's because he used the knight to heal, so now she's on an odd amount of health. So this fight's a little bit more flavorful.
Yeah, this is a much easier fight for the hunters. One, because, as you said, she's at 5 HP, which means it would take 3 instances of damage to kill her, and 2, because it's a day fight, of course.
But if she doesn't,
Right, well, we know
horses.
yeah, horses, a knife, and we don't know her third card.
was clearly not.
This is a hard fight, actually. I would personally be
Gnostic.
tempted to let this vampire mature.
She might have a heavenly host, you know. Oh.
No. Early.
Well, that puts the vampire
No
in
point.
kill range of a knife. Yeah, that's good. Very good point. No point. But now, if she can knife and it doesn't get blocked, but surely Dracula has a cancel card of some description.
I can't imagine that Dracula would not play a Strength or Mesmerize right now if Dracula had a Strength or Mesmerize, especially considering the fact that both crucifixes were discarded, which is why that is a dangerous and bad thing to do, to get rid of all of your crucifixes. Because there's only 2 in the deck, and it's the only other thing other than Heavenly Host that cancels Mesmerize.
Yeah.
But in that logic, if you think Dracula's going to do the Strength or the Mesmerize, if you're Mina right now, you absolutely use Heavenly Host.
If you have it.
One, because if you have it. If you didn't have it, if you didn't have like really good items, man, I don't know what you're doing here.
Depends on the supplies that they got, but then the fact she was with Godalming,
One of them's a knife.
you'd hope that Godalming traded her good stuff. But the other thing to consider here is, if Mina gets beaten up by this really badly, she won't be able to search this again, because she'll be too weak to do it, even with healing. So this is basically her only chance to kill it. So this could well be a 4 points coming in for Dracula here.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone into this fight as Mina unless I really thought that I had a really good chance of killing this vampire.
Mesmerize.
Oh, it's a garlic.
Oh no!
Oh, imagine played garlic first round.
With garlic and with garlic plus a knife, man, I don't think you can kill a 4 health reckless vampire.
If you're able to get the garlic in first on that Fangs, it's down to 2 health. There's some potential there, because then knife would still kill through a Mesmerize, but it's a difficult one. Yeah. You have to hope that Dracula draws badly.
Pack up shop and leave.
Yeah.
I think Mina should not have entered this fight, is what I think, but maybe she'll pull it around, but not with Dracula knowing her full hand. It is so hard to do even 1 damage with Dracula knowing your full hand.
Yeah. But then it also
Maybe you punch here?
but a lot of it also is, has Dracula drawn the cards? If Dracula's sitting there with 3 escapes and 2 plottings, then Mina might be able to do this.
That's true. Although if Dracula has escapes, that's honestly pretty good because Dracula's going to escape next turn.
Yep, here comes a strafe and a dodge.
Okay, that's...
Okay. That's something,
okay.
because we now know that he doesn't want to see a claw, and he doesn't want to see, well, we already seen
There's really no way Mina can kill this vampire. It's really just a question of, is she going to be able to... How much damage is she going to take? So really, she should run away right now. Honestly, that's what I would do.
Agreed.
Because what I would do as Dracula, if I had a bunch of escapes, I would escape as Bat right here, and if he plays Knife, then I take 2 damage, and then I do the other escape and get away.
Okay, strength. That's a nice smart play.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good play from Drac.
People aren't doing any of this stuff. Mina, I told you to run away. Now I bet you want to run away, but he's not going to let you.
No.
He's going to mesmerize, and then he's going to plot, and then he's going to kill you.
There's only 2 rounds.
Honestly, this is literally
there's
probably
only 2
that
rounds.
initial
Okay,
mindset.
yeah.
That initial mindset where he came into this fight that we all agree that he shouldn't have entered this fight. So his mindset is in this fight is, I'm going to fight this guy and I'm going to kill him. I'm into the fight. I'm losing this fight. I should retreat, but I'm going to try and kill him anyway. That is his mindset right now.
It's not a good mindset. If you got into it's this sunk cost fallacy. If you got into the bad fight, don't be like, oh, well, I'm going to try to stick it out anyway. Like, no, get out of the bad fight now. But
Because then suddenly a 4-point maturing vampire turns into a 7 health maturing vampire, basically, or 7 influence, because then Mina dies,
dead.
and you've used Heroic Leap, and renewed vigor.
And you've lost your horse now.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot about. It's very complicated. There's a lot of stuff about combat objective, and sometimes you don't have to fight stuff. If all it is just you let this vampire mature and Dracula gets 4 points, that's better than a hunter dying and giving up
and it
the 4
clears out
points
the
as well.
trail. It just
So this is pretty rough to be in. Not it
Pretty
is.
rough.
Oh,
It is
interesting.
this.
Or maybe didn't have
Really?
an aggressive card.
He might have not. I mean, this is not that. I mean, it's not. This is obviously good for Dracula. It's just not as good as it could be for Dracula.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the best scenario would be kill Mina and mature the card.
Yeah, Mina needs to just stay in place and heal. She still has horses, right?
Yeah, she's still.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she wants to go to 59 to heal. Just let the vampire mature.
It's not as bad as it could have been.
And yeah, that way with it maturing, you don't have to deal with what is that, 49? Whatever's in 49, and whatever's in what we think is 38. Although I guess it could be 58. But it never is. Dracula always goes from 59 to 38. That road from 59 to 38 is maybe the most used road by Dracula across games.
I would say so. It's the dream. If you can get through that, and if you can get through it without even wolf forming, wow, that's
real good.
Yeah.
Now, wolf forming right here as Dracula would be pretty good, I would say. But I don't know if I feel like I need to. Although, if Dracula's in like 37, like he can theoretically get jumped on by quite a lot with a single move.
If he's in 41 and moves to 30 Leipzig, he's pretty far away from them. Van Helsing doesn't have horses, so that's right.
The
And
the
next
issue is the
Westron.
faraway person, Godalming, moves first.
Yeah.
So, like, if Van Helsing moved first and jumped on him, maybe Godalming has a sense of emergency where he can jump on him after, but that's not the timing that's going to happen. So, yeah, I don't think Dracula moves. I don't think he wolf forms here. Now that you put it that way, because it's a similar situation with, like, moving from 37 to 25. Godalming wouldn't wouldn't be able to get to him. Van Helsing would, but then you're back on that 1v1 situation that you want to get into as Dracula. Which is why Seward needs to move. You gotta move, Seward.
I really, really want to see if my prediction came true here with the bait for Helsing in the 38. Just Drax there, surprise. Here's a bunch of mobs and me to come greet you.
Okay, with this long of a turn, Seward is sitting on consecrated ground and trying to decide if he should use it. He's thinking, if Dracula's in 38, I can. I know Fury of Dracula. Okay, where is he? Is he hiding in 38? And the thing is, you pick 38 first. No, you pick 38 first because if you're wrong, 38 is still a good location.
I want to block off Italy.
He's sure. He thinks he knows.
Well, they have.
Man, I don't know. This is risky. You got to pick 30.
38, please pick 38. He's gotta be there.
Not now. You don't pick 38 now. At this point.
Well, they've played a lot of games against each other. Maybe.
At this point, you've wasted consecrated ground.
Maybe Fangs is. Maybe Fangs knows something that we don't. Maybe
you have to have your first move be 38, just so that if you're wrong, you've still put the permanent consecrated ground token in 38, which is the best spot for it.
Yeah, because it could just stay there the whole game, and it blocks up that corridor again if Dracula tries to get in and out of the.
Oh, did he not have a third one?
Doesn't seem like it. No, or maybe someone has two. Yeah,
this is not good. Because this hasn't hurt Dracula at all.
No.
Yeah,
if he's in 37, he's not been hurt. If he's in 57, that's actually a little bad.
If he's in 41, he hasn't been hurt either. I mean, he's starting to go to
41,
Frankfurt.
He hasn't been hurt.
But going to 30 is absolutely fine.
And if consecrated ground comes down and Dracula's kind of like, yeah, that's okay. Oh man, no, that's not a good use of consecrated ground.
My theory right now is he went up straight up to 30.
I'd probably lean the same because, especially since Van Helsing's come off the UK and has used excellent weather, the UK is now really open, especially now CG's being used. This is just, boom, get to the UK.
Get to UK.
Fill it up
weather and CG is out. Get yourself to UK, get that vampire matured, which, okay, as much as we're talking badly on the Hunters, Dracula has no points yet. He hasn't scored any points. Sure, the Hunters have wasted a renewed vigor in a consecrated ground, but you can still win.
Yeah, of course.
If you've wasted 2 renewed vigors in consecrated ground, that is really hard to win in.
But anything's possible. I think the things with this tournament because
form.
doesn't feel in trouble seemingly. So why would you?
Well, he might not even have gone to 38. See, that is also why 38 needed to be the first move. Because imagine if he put down the first consecrated ground token in 38 and Dracula was not there. Then it's suddenly like, oh,
yeah.
Well, this is great. And then you put the second one in 44. And then you assess from there.
Yeah, okay, layers again.
Throwing out...
Probably just entering those terrible cards he's been getting, probably.
Throwing out a blind CG always has an element of risk to it.
It's so risky.
Such a powerful card.
It can win you the game.
It can do, and we've seen it many times before. Yeah. Ooh.
All right, Godamine, where are you going? 44, 38.
Oh, do go.
Yep, 38.
That's the correct choice.
Yeah, the only other reason why I think they probably didn't move Van Helsing is because maybe Van Helsing's just hand is garbage.
Well, he needs to supply.
Yeah, Godamine needs new cards.
Yeah, so does Mina. Of course, Mina is nowhere. Mina needs to horse to 59 and then heal.
Mina needs to take a week off. Go lie down somewhere.
But at least she didn't die, so those horses and that movement will be relevant later on.
So
yeah, she's got horses, so she can catch up pretty fast.
I don't hate this move. If he goes to 36 and Dracula's there, well done, Hunters. Like, that's a good move. Van Helsing will then be able to move in, and you have a 2v1, which is not bad.
or if Dracula is in northern Germany and Sura gets all the way to 16, there is, can that work? 1, 2, 3, no, 9. It's not as good as 16, but
I think I prefer going to 36 because if he goes to 36, he basically confirms that Dracula hasn't gone anywhere into France, and honestly hasn't likely gone into Italy because that consecrated ground has mucked everything up there.
No,
unless
Oh, come on!
unless Dracula hid in Venice. Oh, Van Helsing's going there. Okay, didn't go to Marseille.
Okay.
So again,
Okay, looks
that
like
Charlie
he's
That
Carriage.
trying to
effectively
cut
does
out
the same
routes.
thing, I guess, and
Oh, day here. I guess just desperate to try and get her healed up. They got night supplies still, and you never know.
he did a day heal?
Yeah.
This might be a case of just trap the hunter.
Yeah.
You know what? This might be just a case of the hunters just moving into a position where they can reach a variety of spaces. It kind of forces Dracula into a particular path, and he can use that opportunity to maybe supply up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rick Mania's made a very good comment in chat. Altaris has had had a lot of experience with CG already in this tournament. He had a game yesterday. I won't spoil the result, but basically he got trapped in Germany with CG, but he managed to thread the eye of the needle and got out of it. It was very impressive to watch. I won't spoil it all just in case you haven't watched it. You want to see the video? Oh, hide scouts.
This will be useful.
That's very good. Yep.
Scouts, yes. That is-
Yeah, what do you guess?
Alright.
7, maybe?
30.
Maybe 51.
No, not
and
Nuremberg.
Vienna.
Ooh. So wait, Venice then?
Not Nuremberg.
Not Nuremberg, and not what was the other place he checked?
Not Vienna.
Vienna.
So, yeah, he did go Venice. Oh.
Oh, and he's
He's
hidden.
You
down
know
the
what would be
boot.
really great for the hunters to have right about now? Excellent weather.
Yeah. Wow. But now it has to move to
Because then
Florence.
Van Helsing could excellent weather to the Tyrrhenian.
Oh, and Mina has hypnosis too. That's a
Hypnosis will be good in the long term.
yeah. Especially the
Yeah.
fact she didn't lose that. Imagine if she'd lost that event. Well, maybe she supplied to get that event. I'm not quite sure. Maybe she supplied just now to get it. But
You know what else would have been
Uh,
great? If the hunters had held on to consecrated ground for right this circumstance and then could win the game.
well,
But
no.
it's not.
Dracula couldn't have been in Florence because Florence got blocked.
Oh, so he's in 37 right now.
So the interesting thing there is, if the Hunters had just committed and played the third Heavenly Host token in Venice, it would have revealed it. It could have also.
Oh, and he didn't wolf form.
Wow. So it's either in Florence or it's in Milan. They're the only two places
Wait,
he
couldn't
could
he be in Zurich right now?
Oh yeah, if he'd gone to then because Van Helsing vacated Zurich. Yeah. That's also
Right.
possible.
And he's like, oh, I'm going to move into the space he was just in, and maybe he won't find me. Oh, that's a little risky. Yeah, no, I would have wolf formed, I think, at this point. Oh, no, but the reason not to is that now when he wolf forms, he could be going back to the spaces where he had trail, where if he waited,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, speedy telegraph, that's good.
But
Whereas now when he wolf forms...
a wolf form from Zurich is also is much stronger than potentially from Venice. It just depends. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, Rick makes a
wolf
good
forming
point.
in Venice doesn't give me much.
Hunters always check Venice last. Yeah, I don't know what it is about that city. Yeah, they just never check it. It is points on the board. That's very cute. We've got 4 points.
Yeah.
But if he's in Zurich, they could potentially get a 3-on-1 here, depending on, movement cards and such.
Supply here, right? I know you're tempted to heal, but
Well,
you gotta get...
that was Mina moving. Just imagine if she'd supplied yesterday.
Right. For some reason, I thought Renewed Vigor was in play. I'm so used to Renewed Vigor and Speedy Telegraph
Yeah,
being combo
no.
together. When I see Speedy Telegraph, I just sort of assume.
Yeah. Imagine if she'd supplied before. Oh
No, he couldn't have been there. See,
No.
his first move should have been Van Helsing to 60
Mm,
or Godalming to 60. But I think it
Yeah.
should be Van Helsing to 60 because,
it's a
for all
trick
we
one.
know, he went to Venice and hid. or went to 37 and hit, and then went to Venice and is now in 20. And so you want to save Godalming going to 20 as an option. But now we don't know that he went to 20.
Oh. Supplying instead. Doesn't, maybe Godalming's not very well equipped, doesn't want to walk him into Zurich. But now, if he's in Zurich, could go into Marseille and place Fog. We haven't seen any.
So this is actually
yet.
kind of good because the part of the problem that Dracula now has is that if he wolf forms, Godalming can go to Mina and then them immediately hypnosis, which in this circumstance would give a lot of information.
Indeed, yeah. It'll
And
tell you
then,
where the trail is and then where Dracula is. Yeah. I mean, that's what Dracula wants. He's going to wait out as long as possible until that hypnosis is played and then wolf forms, depending on where he is, obviously.
Yeah, but
Ooh.
it should be a circumstance where the hunters do not feel like they need to use hypnosis at this point. They've narrowed down Dracula's trail enough that, like, he's in Italy.
Oh,
or maybe he's now going to move into 36.
But there's also something else we haven't considered. If he's in Zurich, he might now move up to 41 into Nuremberg.
Might do that.
So he's sneaking between 3 hunters.
It's very tight. He's been particularly just patient, waiting for him to move.
But if he does do that, what's
I
going to
wonder
happen?
if he- I
Godalming
wonder
is
if
going to
he
go to
has,
Zurich, realize that he did that, and then.
You know
or
what?
it-
The crazy
Van
thing is,
Helsing might.
what if he was expecting to get caught, and he's just been laying down this trap of like obscuring fog?
So
and
Godalming
then
should
to
go to
escape.
60 here, and then Van Helsing probably should go to 36, and then Seward go to 41, and if Dracula's there, then Mina can jump on and support. And Mina has what? 5 HP? And
Garlic
with
and
a
knife.
second hunter there.
A knife.
Oh,
Not
oh wait.
47.
Oh, so Zurich impossible. Ah, he's in the boot then. He's down into
He
Italy.
went
Yeah, he
to
was
the boot.
totally in the boot.
Wow.
Okay. So he's at least in Naples now.
This is a really bad situation because you kind of have to chase Dracula, which you hate to do as
Oh,
hunters.
Seward has horses now.
That's good
That is very good.
for the hunters.
Honestly, at this point, you really, really hope the hunters have money trail in preparation for this.
Yep.
Did he get a bad roll there?
No, he just decided to move to Zurich. Yeah, but also
because I guess Dracula could have gone.
no,
to
no,
Zurich?
impossible. Because Milan's off the trail, there's no way he can get to
Yeah.
Zurich otherwise.
So that was just.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, they got
Mina,
hypnosis,
don't
right?
go to 38. Don't do it.
Don't go
Don't
to 38, you'll die.
Well, no, don't go
No.
to 38 because then Dracula will just go into.
No, 38.
Europe.
38 safe. He went Venice and went down the boot.
Oh, he's
Mina
37
needs to stay in put and block off Dracula's potential retreat into Eastern Europe.
Well, that's not it. But at least they can scan Italy. Not using
But then-
hypnosis. They can
But
scan.
he already
Italy.
knows that he's in Italy. This will give literally no information.
I will say
it's
this.
fun.
You say that he knows, but take it from somebody from me in yesterday's game, where when you're going through the game and you're piecing things all by yourself and you
Yeah.
don't have another voice to bounce off of, it's really easy to get certain ideas running through your head that
That's
Yeah.
true.
don't make sense. You
Yeah.
can get confused, you can get lost, you can lose track of where you thought you knew where he was going.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this is a really key point
It-
for like new players. They've got 4 hunters to control, which is hard enough. Let alone
Yeah.
understanding what all the events do and how they combo, as well as then having to track another player's movement, which is all hidden. It's a lot to do. So yeah, we can't just assume that the hunter player knows where Dracula is.
Yeah.
And also
We
then,
can piece it out because we got 3 heads banging against each other to figure it out. He's playing.
Yep, totally agree. And even then, you could sit there and go, I absolutely know where Dracula is, and you commit everybody to it, and you've actually been duped, and Dracula's all the way on the other side of the board. So sometimes having time to sit and just slowly piece it out can also work in your favor, because you might catch something that you might have missed otherwise.
Mm-hmm. I think this screams to me as somebody who wants to make goddamn doubly sure that Dracula's here in the booth.
Yeah. As long as Hypnosis is not played, if it's just Psychic Scan, that's absolutely fine. Hypnosis has to be saved for later, for when Dracula eventually does go to sea, potentially goes in either direction from Turinian. Psychic Scan is all you need.
Yeah. Let's hope that he doesn't accidentally do Hypnosis.
Yeah. Griffiths, when you press special action, Psychic Bond comes up first. What's the recommend saying? And the commentators can focus more on the hidden movement aspect. I would agree with that. And play Psychic.
Look,
play Psychic
he's
Bond.
exactly where I said that he was this whole time. And yeah, that does give, it does confirm it. But the more actions that you can spend doing things that you need to do, like supplying or getting tickets or healing, and not moving basically away from where you're going to need to be, the better. But
yeah, of
that's
course.
part of the game, is managing how many actions you need to spend for what of the activities that you need to do as hunters.
Oh yeah.
This is a really bad situation though for the hunters because Dracula has full health. He can go to sea. He can travel a decent bit at sea and just go over which way he wants, assuming the hunters don't have money trail. And if the hunters,
have
have
a
money
lot of trail
then
that they need to clear.
That's right.
Yeah.
No rumor token though. So we gotta think about it from the positives of a hunter perspective. There's no. Yep, did hide in Venice. Right. No rumor token. There is a vampire. There's probably going to be more. I would not be surprised if there are more down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hunters are going to be busy cleaning all this up. I think what he's going to do is he's going to wait for the new week for when he gets another rumor token on Monday and just double rumor token down.
Very possible.
Not a bad idea.
Yep. Or might play a couple now, right? Might play one when... Yeah.
How many stakes have we seen? 2?
I think 3. One got discarded. I think we've seen... Well, Godalming had...
Looks like we're about to see a second one, if I were to guess.
Godalming's used one. I think somebody else revealed one, I think. Maybe only 2. Maybe we've only seen 2.
That was an ambush with the new vampire, right?
It was an ambush, yeah. Because maybe Godalming does have a stake, so...
Oh, and we've seen a deck reshuffle, so there could be a lot of stakes.
Ah. Yeah. Because of the Mystic Research, that really accelerated the item deck getting moved around.
Here comes Steward.
And this is a very interesting conundrum here for the hunters, how much you commit into Italy, because you want to deal with the trail quickly and not give up points if there are any points to give up, but at the same time, if you commit too far, then you're not going to be able to chase Dracula efficiently when Dracula lands, after leaving Italy.
Yeah, my usual advice is to commit 2 hunters into clearing the trail when it comes to Italy. Definitely no more than 2 hunter. Van Helsing needs to supply here and not move.
Yeah,
he needs to treat it as if
sorry.
as if Dracula's at sea and he needs to be dealing with. Because one of the places that Dracula can escape to is near where Van Helsing is.
Yeah, and obviously if Van Helsing is getting events from supplying, that's also a positive. I'd agree. I'd say
money trail, other things.
Wait. Based off of what I'm seeing of his movement, though, right now, he can only be in Bari at the moment.
Or Naples. No. You could be in Naples. Naples or Bari.
Okay.
Yeah, Naples or Bari.
There is actually there is actually a road between Naples and Rome. Not that you can really see it, but there is
a time for that to come out.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. There is a road there. Okay.
All right. So if he goes to Bari, he can go to Adriatic Sea and go right to 55. He could go from Naples, Traian Sea, go to Ionian Sea, or Mediterranean. There's a lot.
I did have a stake.
Yeah. So
you know what I would do? It's just a kind of a weird fake out. I would go from 40 to I would go to 13. Make it think
there's
I would.
There's a decent chance there's fog here.
That's good.
Not if it's not the Hyde one.
Mob's decent because if someone did jump on them, that would have done a lot. Oh, hoax.
And a hoax.
That's good.
That's a good catch.
That's actually really good for Stewart to be doing that.
Yeah.
Get rid of that hoax, not wasting 13. A stake on it.
13's okay. The issue is that when you leave, you take an extra damage rather than moving across. But the fact the excellent weather's gone and they're going to have to deal with it, maybe. But then the problem is then the direction is known, right? If he moves Trinian... Oh, I see what you mean. You're faking Bari to Valona by going to Cagliari.
Right. Yeah.
Then you're going to have to leave Cagliari. That's the only problem with that. So then the hunters will know.
Yeah, so in
I
order
know,
to
but it would
know...
literally just buy you a turn or two. Because you can hide in Cagliari to make it even further, like into using him.
In order to know what's going on, Godalming's probably going to need to go to Bari just to see which direction Dracula went.
Yeah, and he's healthy enough. If Dracula is there, he'd probably survive. So it's
Yeah. Even though he is down, well, he only has the one combat item.
Yeah, I know. At least he's got the health to back it up, though.
Yeah. And knowing that Dracula is in 5, with Seward already standing in 57, is actually a bit awkward for Dracula. Because if he moves by ocean and then lands, he's just revealed his location again. And Seward has horses. And so does Maynard.
And the second excellent weather could be there.
Could be. There are 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
We also know, let's see, he could go to... Could he have layered 49? I'm trying to remember if he did. Because if he layered 49,
nope.
that would be another
No.
reason to bait.
Well,
It'd be revealed.
It might have got layered, but he might have then removed it. The layers are Galatz and Belgrade and Bucharest. So no, I guess... No, 49 got taken off when the vampire matured.
Right, yeah.
So there's no possibility of layering it. Which also means why he ambushed with the spy, because maybe he realized, right, okay.
Oh!
Ooh. And there's no hide, so he's in Naples or Bari. It's a 50-50.
Well, yeah, because he's like, Godalming only has the one combat item. And he's the only one who can get to me, unless Renewed Vigor is played. In which case, maybe 2 of them can get to me, but...
Chartered Carriage could get...
me, nerd.
Chartered Carriage would get Mina to Naples, but not to Bari. Okay, he's taking it slow.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is not bad too, because at most you're forcing him to essentially, come follow me, chase me onto the sea where you can't supply, and I know what you have.
Yeah, but I wouldn't move in, I think, with anyone else. I think I would keep the others. Maybe move Mina to 38, but honestly, I would just supply.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Godalming could supply and deal with all these remaining... Because there won't be any more encounters, because Hyde will be on the trail still. So there's only these 3 encounters left.
Godalming needs the night supply. Even if you don't have the Mystic Research for it, you need to risk it. Well, actually, let me...
The odds are the same. I just counted. Well, I just counted just now, and the odds were the same. They were pretty much 1 in 3. But I think they have got Mystic Researchers left. I think. They might have
There's
1
13.
left. I might be wrong.
39. Of course, the 2 revealed ones are 2 ones that are the ones that you want Dracula drawing. Nocturnal Visit and Hidden Schemes, some of the weakest cards in the game in terms of...
well, I mean,
Dracula
Hidden
events.
Schemes, depending on what encounters you got, and if you can place it, if that 3rd spot is really devastating, that double vampire with a Rumor token, that's...
Well, I'm just saying compared to some of the other...
Yeah,
Dracula
of course.
events.
You'd rather have him have Hidden
One
Schemes
more
than
encounter
another Swiftness.
often is not huge.
Oh, he searched it. Oh, wow, okay.
Alright. And yep,
Okay.
you knew it.
Alright,
Nice.
I guess that's fine.
Yeah, Godalming could do a supply and heal, and then he can deal with the other 2 encounters, most likely.
Yeah. Other than the time searching, Godalming really didn't lose much from that. We already knew he had a knife.
So an ocean move here is pretty good with Dracula, which he basically has to do, because the hunters don't immediately know if he went Adriatic or Tyrrhenian.
Yeah, and is Godalming going to move?
They will know quickly.
Maybe Godalming will have to move tomorrow instead of supplying to ascertain. Well, then I would move him to Naples, because at least he can then do a night supply or supply for items. But you still get that information. Yeah.
That's exactly what I would do. Yeah, because Godalming's got a supply.
It's a very interesting little communication in live stream chat right now about mob and how if it can do the most damage to Seward, but because Seward's ability to heal, it actually allows him to heal the fastest from mob.
Yeah,
Weird.
that's true. So here's an interesting question. Let's say you go to, let's say, okay, so Dracula is obviously going to see here. Let's say Godalming goes to 40, and that is where he escaped from. Do you then have Van Helsing go to the Mediterranean to discourage Dracula from going to 13?
Which sea would you? Rick's asking, which sea would you be looking to move to as Dracula here?
Well, the interesting thing. Oh, come on, really? You're gonna backtrack? Dracula, no, you're being too clever. This is too clever. It's like, oh, which one was I in? Which one did I move back to?
Well, I mean, if he can beat,
I don't know about this.
I feel like, especially he's only gonna have one. You know what? Does he really just want to get Godalming here, bait, trap him here?
The hunters have been supplying a lot. Like, the chances of another renewed vigor coming out are pretty high. Maybe he's throwing down a fog?
Yeah, or maybe
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, day prompt. There was no renewed vigor. Okay then. But imagine if he can bait 3 hunters into Italy and then he leaves.
Right?
They're so out of position.
You wouldn't move unless you think you were moving on Dracula's location, because now Dracula does actually have to move by sea. Moving Seward to the Adriatic, I don't think is a bad idea. I like this move actually with Godalming.
Yeah, that's interesting. He's just not going to take the bait at all.
Yeah, he's not interested in getting into the fight.
Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe going Tyrrhenian, they're saying in chat, Tyrrhenian might be better because it would force the hypnosis being played.
So part of the reason why Dracula's able to do this is because the hunters use so many powerful events early.
Yeah. There's no extended weather to worry about. If
Consecrated Ground hadn't been used, if the Renewed Vigor had not been used, Dracula absolutely would not be able to do these kinds of shenanigans. Because it's like, okay, you're going to stay in place and supply. What am I really afraid of? The other Renewed Vigor? I guess? Like, what cards can the hunters draw that are really going to scare Dracula at this point? Some planned ambushes would be annoying. Great Strength, of course, is a card that is good for hunters to get.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
But the big power cards, Money Trail obviously would be really good for the hunters to get.
Mm-hmm.
Another Excellent Weather would be good. But, I mean, really what you're digging for are those Renewed Vigors and the Consecrated Ground.
Well, Drac, you've delayed it as long as inhumanly possible.
So help me, if Dracula Dark Calls here, I'm gonna be like, no, you go to sea, bad Dracula.
Dracula's just got a secondary mission. He's not allowed to go to sea at any point during this game.
Yeah,
I just like it here in Italy so much. I want to be here as long as possible.
If he's sitting on a fog, a Dark Call is actually not the. Well, because usually you Dark Call when there are 2 fogs in the discard pile and you're trying to dig and try to get that final fog.
But remember, 1 fog got taken because of Behind the Veil. So, and what happens if the hunters play Renewed Vigor and then one of them has a Forewarned? Then Dracula's could potentially be in real trouble here. I mean, the position of Mina and Seward is not great. Mina's going to find it difficult to get, but then if she just picked up a Charlie Carriage or a Sense of Emergency, that'll do it. It's interesting. I mean, this is also really... There's also, really high-level talk here, but, we're talking about, how... Fangs of Fire hasn't punished him for staying in Italy, but at the same time, he's been able to get all hunters supplying last round, whereas if Dracula had gone to sea, he probably wouldn't have had to do that. He'd have to start moving around into Munich and elsewhere to try and prepare for him landing. So he's actually given the hunters a free supply turn. Right. Well, yeah, you think, he hasn't punished Dracula for him staying in Italy, but really he has, and those punishments are the heals and the supplies. Yeah. Because the hunters don't feel like they need to clear
these locations, and now they immediately know where Dracula is.
Wow,
You don't need to hypnosis. Even if Dracula wolf forms here, you don't need to hypnosis. You keep Seward where he is. You horse Mina to 59, and then you move Godalming to Genoa, and then suddenly you're in a really good position to head off Dracula from his location.
Maybe you'd move Van Helsing to Milan, because then he can then go to... It blocks off a wolf form location from Adriatic, and then he can easily get to Munich the turn after. I know he's off the rail line, but...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, Milan is not a... Oh, right, because the consecrated ground is already blocking it. Yeah, moving him to Milan, that makes sense.
Oh, Seward's moving. Seward's going to go to 59 already. Oh, no, 58. Maybe charter carriage.
I guess he's got to try to carriage? See, the problem with that is that from 59, you could horse to the location that chartered carriage can bring you right here. Rails in the east are just... If you have good horses, it's just better to go by horse.
But then, just imagine, let's say if Mina can get to 59, if Van Helsing gets to 37, then if they have a speedy telegraph, they can check Munich if Dracula does indeed wolf. If he doesn't wolf form, then that's a different story. Oh, no, okay. Fangs is doing what you're saying, Quincy. Going to Genoa. Okay, taking advantage of the rail line. I mean, that's fine too. If he has...
I would have done that if Van Helsing had the chartered carriage.
Oh, wow. Okay, and that also gives Hunters an
like
extra
that.
day. Wow. Okay, this actually turned back into Hunter's favor. This is very interesting. Oh, knife fight.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. And what was I saying?
What did he pick up? Can he kill a vampire? Now, he won't get points from doing the Fang attacks, but Godalming is at 8 HP. That's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, but now it looks like he's got a combat event. Oh, he's not playing the combat event. I mean, what could he have?
It makes me think that it's planned ambush. If it was a escape route, I would have played it.
Oh, he's got two combat. Yeah. He's got a knife plus something else. I mean...
That's pretty good, but be careful, because reckless vampires can break those knives at night, just the same as Dracula can.
They can, indeed.
Yeah.
But if he can kill this reckless vampire, then... And without taking that much damage, then this is really, really, really good. It's not also game ending if this matures either. But then Dracula could move around a lot by sea. He has got a lot of health to spend. And obviously now in this tournament, especially in the league system, IDS is not going to be as important as it would be because you've got this secondary, you've got a first tiebreaker, which is the Swiss style whole score, and then you got IDS after it. So IDS is not going to be as influential early on.
What is the first tiebreaker?
It's like this. I'm butchering the pronunciation, but Colt's score. It's basically you add up the sum of all the wins of all your opponents. So if you played against higher rated opponents, you will gain an advantage. If you played against lower ranked opponents, then you don't get as much of an advantage.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
It means we can play everybody in one league, but we don't have to do full round robin where everybody plays everybody. So it's more time efficient.
Now Fangs will give Dracula a point if he plays it.
Mm.
Because Godalming has been mesmerized.
But then he's got a knife, he probably wouldn't do that. Okay, then that makes sense.
Yeah, Godalming is...
If he didn't have strength, then playing claws is the best thing you could do there.
Well, both of them just took out half of the health of the other guy.
Yeah.
So it would seem that Dracula would play Fangs this turn, because Godalming just used his thing that cancels Fangs. Using Fangs would heal the Reckless Vampire. It would bite Godalming and give Dracula a point. Yeah. But is he really going to do that?
Unless Godalming has double knife.
He could have double knife, and that may be his whole play, is I'm going to try to go for the double knife now. Of course, claws would also be good. Maybe if they have great strength, this would be a great time to use it and play the knife, and then survive from the claws with a great strength, and then you kill the Reckless Vampire.
Or Godalming might actually have a anti-claw thing, like a rifle, for example.
He might. Although because he's mesmerized, it's still kind of not great.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't kill the vampire.
At least he doesn't die, right?
At least he wouldn't die.
And you'd rather get Godalming bitten than dying here. It'd be massive, because it'd be 4 points. And then you gain 8 from the vampire. Vampire mature, yeah, then you're getting back into
And since he has
dangerous territory.
horses, being bitten
Yeah.
doesn't really reveal anything. It's like, hey, look, I have a horse. It's like, oh,
You
okay.
knew it all along, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hey, wow, those are nice horses you got there.
Yeah. It would be better if the bitten result forces you to reveal a combat item, if you have one.
Yeah. Oh, plotting.
Oh.
Oh, that's
yeah,
so.
hate to see it.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
this is real bad. This is really bad for the hunters.
Where's Strider? A
Okay,
crucifix
well,
got
would you
played.
pull
Man,
back the
crucifixes was risky. I guess he was counting on the fangs.
I mean, a
That was the
Mesmerize or
whole
Fangs
play.
was pretty likely at that point. I mean, he only played one
Mhm.
Mesmerize, to be fair. Where's
What, do you just
Strider?
go for bite now?
No, no, you play.
Presumably
No, you'd strength to break the knife, and then you go for the Fangs.
Right, and so hunters have to retreat here.
Yeah.
You have to retreat, and then he uses plotting to cancel the retreat, and then
I don't know.
and
I
then
don't know.
you either dodge, or you play the crucifix,
Ah,
and it kind of depends on or no, not the crucifix. You would play the knife. And yeah, it depends on timing whether or not you.
oh, he's playing Oh, well, that's also well, unless
fine.
unless there's great strength.
Well,
Konami
he has
dies
the great
here.
strength.
That's
Does he
it.
have the great strength?
Oh,
I think there's actually a high chance he has great strength.
if it's great strength, then I think it's no, he doesn't.
Nope.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
nightmare scenario.
And then this vampire will
Someone's gonna need to go kill that vampire.
surely mature. Wow.
It is hard for newer players to win as hunters. It is really hard to do so.
Well, the vampire might not
A
mature.
lot
It's
more
actually
options, a lot more things to juggle.
yeah. I could, well,
And Godalming is going to respawn really close to that vampire.
yeah, and it's actually going to take a while for it to mature, so they might actually be able to stop it.
Oh, and pro tip for you new hunter players out there: Godalming's ability to draw two items does not work when he is in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
It's only city spaces, and the hospital is not a city space. The hospital is a hospital space.
Oh, yeah, the game's just. I literally just said before that combat, Hunter's in a good position here, and now look what happens. This game's crazy.
Yeah, it can turn on a dime.
Yeah, that's very true. Godami had a combat event. I'm so interested to find out what that card was. If it was planned ambush, I feel like I'd
planned
play
ambush.
it. I'd play it. It could have been lucky find.
Given what his hand was, yeah, I would have played the planned ambush.
And if it was lucky find, I probably would have gone it to try and dig for a stake.
Might have been
good.
just holding that a little too close to his chest. He was this close to finding Dracula. He was really hoping to use it on Dracula.
Hunters need to realize how hard it is to fight when you only have two combat items. Like, horses are good,
And at
but
night.
you are significantly nerfing yourself.
Oh, there's a heavenly host in the discard pile, by the way.
Ah,
I don't know where that
angry
came
Quincy
from.
noises.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. This is a roller coaster of a game. Really good advert for the game. Really, really good. Yeah, and also he's fighting at night too, which is, claws doing double damage. I mean, we didn't see any strings, but strings breaking things. Yeah, it's gnarly.
Is there a reason not to land in 55 this turn here? 57 feels like a trap.
Yeah.
Unless you have something really good in that lair, and you want to revisit it for some reason. But even if you have like fog, like they're gonna.
No, I
they're just gonna.
I think you
they
go
have
for
forewarned.
55. If things
With
turn,
how thin the event deck is.
I would say 55 is fairly safe because if suddenly Seward and Mina really, really threaten, you can just escape to Ionian, and there's no problem about doing that. Whereas Venice,
One of those three
you're
needs
really
to deal
trapped.
with the vampire in Naples.
oh, wow! Imagine if Naples had been rumored.
There's
But
a decent chance that that's a vampire.
What got discarded? Yeah, well, we know the items. No, we can't see the
Items.
events. Events, we
Yeah,
have no
the
idea.
Now,
Events are discarded face down, yeah.
with the rec list there, and now that rumor token, he's gonna have to divert his attention.
Yeah.
Well, Godalming is going to definitely have to. Godalming will need to spend an entire turn doing 2 supply actions to hopefully get the items necessary to kill the Vampire in Naples, which the Vampire in Naples he has a decent chance of because it's half health.
But then how do
Now,
you kill
if he can kill the thing in Bari, that's gonna be hard.
Well, that's the problem. If you commit all your resources to Naples, how are you going to kill the one in Bari? Unless Bari is a trap and it's actually fog, they go to deal the Ruba token, and there's actually then fog or something.
Well, I think the idea is the hunters hope to have won before the thing in Bari slid off the trail.
Hopefully, yeah. But I think
Sort of assuming that they have renewed vigor, or that you force Dracula to see, and then that gives you the breathing room to send a second hunter to help deal with the vampires in Italy.
And you know that Dracula realizes I only need 7 points to win. If that is a vampire, he just wins.
Yeah, so that's to say, it's just maybe just to throw it because you'd feel bad if there was a chance it would mature and you didn't take it. Ooh.
Honestly, I would consider the thought of maybe just letting the Naples vampire mature to avoid it altogether.
That's very dangerous because Dracula could be up to 10 points, and then Dracula could just go to sea, and as soon as it hits 4th week, he lands and wins.
Yeah.
Neither of these can
Vampire
mature.
Lair has already been used, and Consecrated Ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hunters can... What?
Charted carriage
I
to
guess
Bari.
Van Helsing has a stake.
Mm-hmm.
If he does, that would be very, very convenient.
Ooh, new
Also,
vampire.
it's possible that he has a...
Land ambush.
Oh,
okay. It's also possible he has an excellent weather and that he's next turn planning on jumping over.
I don't really like the idea. I mean, this is high level stuff potentially. I don't like the idea of planned ambush being used in a 1v1 fight against a new vampire. These things are really hard to kill.
There's so much HP there. The most you can get, what, 3 or 4 damage?
Yeah. I'd wait until 2v1.
I don't know, man.
I'd wait until 2v1. And then you can do a lot. You can kill the vampire potentially in 1 round if you play it right.
Yeah, and against strength, I mean, what are you going to do? Swap that for Heavenly Host? That's okay, I guess.
And then the vampire...
But I prefer using Heavenly Host for kill shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
If this new vampire then manages to Fangs somehow and get the health back, then how are you going to kill it?
Yeah, what's he gonna...
It's really...
I guess he feels like he has to.
Yeah, he has been behind this entire game. He has not encountered Dracula once.
Now, Van Helsing does have 2 other combat items, right? Yeah. So he is...
pretty well tooled up.
I would probably dodge here because a plotting wouldn't be that bad because I have 2 combat items. And I really don't want the vampire to heal. So if I have a Fang wet thing, that would be really good to use. Crucifix wouldn't be bad here, but the chance of them drawing both of the crucifixes again seems unlikely.
Yeah, Met King pointing out that obviously the fact that CG is being used, then obviously Heavenly Hosts don't need to be kept for that.
That's true. That's true. There is less of a cost associated with using a Heavenly Host here.
And if Van Helsing's never going to get into the fight with Dracula anyway, then that Heavenly Host is just sitting there doing nothing.
Well, if Van Helsing can get excellent weather, it's actually not unreasonable for him to get to Dracula's space, especially if renewed vigor is in play. Van Helsing could very well play excellent weather and then move again, and move a lot faster than you think he does. That seems like an obvious move.
Yeah, and now he's... Well, a knife would kill.
Knife would kill. A gun with holy bullets would kill. That is a situation that is not impossible. Although I feel like no. If he had a gun with holy bullets, he would have swapped for. No, he wouldn't have because he played strength.
Yeah, and also the way the combat information screen works is holy bullets don't count as a combat card.
That's right.
So
yeah,
he doesn't have holy bullets. No, if he didn't, if you saw that he was down a combat item and you knew then he's playing planned ambush, then you probably think, yeah, he's probably got holy bullets. Yeah. Very intriguing. Another Fangs. Knife? Oh no, rifle.
Not a great
So
choice, though he hasn't been mesmerized yet, so that's going to at least just
but
Cancel
do
out
that.
the heal.
But we
It
know
can't-
he doesn't have man. If Van Helsing
dies.
here,
That's GG. Hey,
these
pizza
vampires are
wizard.
so hard to kill.
They're so hard to kill. You need a 2v1 it.
Yeah.
I think 1v1s are almost impossible unless you get a very lucky combo of like a crucifix
And you
and then
can't-
heavy host.
You can't try to win without using any of your basic cards. He hasn't dodged. Well, I guess he tried to punch that one time. So he has been using his basic moves to a degree.
Yeah, if Van Helsing dies, I can't see how Godalming kills 2 vampires on his own, even if he does.
I
Unless
don't know why he played rifle last turn. Like, you want to use that on round 4, or you want to use that on round 5 after you've used the knife to be like, surprise, I have another card.
Oh, double rifle. Maybe just expecting the
Double
claws.
rifle.
That's down
Okay,
to
so he doesn't have
one.
to worry about claws now.
Yeah, but Van Helsing might well die because even if he dodges this turn, how is he gonna deal with the next
I'll
attack?
have to play his strength. Man, I would run away here, and because both fangs have been used.
And strength wouldn't do anything. So it's only if the vampire has a second claws.
Yeah.
And would he play
Does
it
he
knowing there's double
to
rifle?
cancel the, yeah, or does he escape?
So maybe escape is the best move. But then again,
I would
if,
escape because it's one health
dodge.
vampire. You can spend some time healing, and then if you're at like 4 health in a day fight, it's much easier to kill a new vampire. Then you just sort of rely on Mina and Seward killing Dracula, which is going to be hard with Dracula at full health or near full health, but it's doable.
and if Dracula realizes,
Yeah.
oh right, Van Helsing might well escape here because of the reason says, then he might play a mesmer. Oh no, he's escaping. Okay.
Wow, escape is missed. All right.
Oh, he punched. Oh wow, that was bold. What if he's
That
strength?
was
Yeah,
bold.
that's what I thought he might do. Because what we've seen of the of all the hunter plays in combat, especially, is that this guy loves to take risks. He does not like to run away if he can fight and maybe get the kill.
You need to be able to run away in this game.
Yeah, I
so
know,
just
but that
running
is
away
what
the
we've
right thing.
seen from him.
Pick your fights.
Oh, he's not even going to check 57. Okay. I mean,
Oh, Can you
the
imagine?
hunters
being
kind
Wolf?
of need to take risks here, and that's a fine one to take, but
Oh, but if he wolf forms out of like Venice to like 36 and he's going into Spain, oh,
so
wow.
good. Yeah.
I don't think so, but it could well be. So we've had 2 very risky players, one with the Hunter, one with combat, and the Dracula player in terms of not using wolf form and sneaking in between all the hunters, and is
Mina,
evading.
she only has the one combat item.
Does she? Oh, she does. She is down an item. How did that happen?
That's not good. No, she should have gone to...
Oh, she burned a stake. Remember the Lord
Oh,
of the Track?
vampire layer. Yes.
She needs to... You can't... You can't go into combat under items. She needed to have just bit the bullet, gone to 38, and supplied or something. Yeah.
Oh man, if Seward checks Valona on the turn coming up and he's not there, the chat is going to freak out.
Especially if Dracula wolf forms this turn. If Dracula doesn't wolf form and he goes to Valona and checks that he's not there, it's actually kind of bad for Dracula.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
at this point, Dracula has made his entire way across Europe.
Nah.
He's fine. He could be anywhere.
He's finally wolf formed.
Wolf forming
Uh-oh.
could be real bad.
Because of being wolf formed to... There's no real good wolf form location from Bologna, unfortunately. Unless he's faking it, he's going to Athens. Which would be...
He
Interesting.
could be trying to bum rush to Castle Dracula because he knows that he only needs like 1 day move to win,
Well,
and he's gonna
maybe.
wait.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Yes,
maybe.
but in this circumstance, I don't know.
Right.
Man, I would not be surprised though if he did just sneak by the hunters. He has been playing really close to the hunters this entire game.
So do you just assume that he's in Valona here? No, you gotta check it.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, he's gonna
Oh,
try to, I guess, go to 10, and with the under the
Yeah,
assumption
maybe.
that Dracula went there.
but then you don't ascertain if Dracula actually did go to Valona. This is the really tricky thing. If you go to Valona, then you're not catching Dracula, but you need to guarantee that you went to Valona. Uh-oh.
There's a chance he's here.
Oh.
He ain't.
Oh, not at 56.
Yeah, the idea being
you
Dracula's
really-
trying to get to sea as quickly as possible so that he tries to win with just a single day move.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but God, don't send Mina by herself.
Not with one item. No, you want to send it. You want to try to get. You got to get her to a big city.
Send her to 56. Go over to Vienna. Or 58.
Gyro saying a clever Drac would have gone to 6. Why is that? Because the least likely, it's like the closest to the hunters, and they all dash past you. Wolf hide. Can you imagine if he wolf form hid?
It's actually not a bad move. It's actually not a bad
well,
move.
Sue then checks Valona and he's there. Ooh. I guess you'd know then. I don't know. You could fog it, I suppose. And Van Helsing has no
At
extra
least
weather.
then you're because like if he didn't wolf form and let's say he moved to Sophia or something, then it's the same situation, but instead of having 2 encounters to protect you, you have only 1.
Yeah. Oh, where's Mina going? Here we go. Valona. Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is.
Okay. Yeah.
He did not do the Madman play.
He didn't do the
So,
Madman play,
Wolf
but
form, so he's like at 10. He could be
6.
And
It
this
could
makes
be.
sense. You don't search with Mina here. You actually, I think, go to Athens, and if Dracula's there,
Yeah.
it's like, oh no! Then you run away, and then you supply up.
It could have been a fake wolf form to Athens. He then now hides, and the hunters are wasting so much time trying to find the wolf form location. He's actually just right beside them, and then he leaves.
Yeah.
Legit, that'll be
Yeah.
Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, he just land on Cagliari to win then, if these vampires do indeed mature.
Which I think is becoming
Mina
slightly less likely. Does she not have a weapon? She does. She has a pistol,
Oh, but now we know her hand.
which is good to have now. But yeah, now like you said, now we know that she has a pistol, and it is less. It's not great. You cannot kill Dracula with just a pistol with no holy bullets. Not when he has 12 health.
Yeah, but at the least Mina did do something productive here. She's not going to fight anything the way she's going.
It
Anyway.
was quite productive.
It gave you information.
Yep, crucial
Just literally-
information.
So I think
Yeah,
10
just have
is worth
Valona-
going to with Seward.
4. Yeah, maybe you could go to the castle and then just get all that health back. Oh yeah, okay, right.
All right, Godalming. You think you can kill this?
Is
what
Godalming
is he,
equipped?
2 health vampire. The rematch.
Bing, bing.
No, he has no stake. We know
Okay.
this. In case new players don't know how we know this information, this combat hand size is all the combat cards you can play actively in combat. So you've got the escape, the dodge, the punch, plus, that's 3, plus whatever. We know Godalming's only got 2 items.
Which is
'cause he's
not how it
supplied once.
works in the physical board game. In the physical board game, you just pick up all of your item cards.
Yeah.
This is a significant.
Oh, he got a
no
second
way.
crucifix! Oh my days!
Another crucifix.
Look
Does
at it.
Does that hurt
There
him?
we go.
Does that hurt him, Strider?
Does that hurt him?
I love how it's become a thing. Wow. Well. And him and Van Helsing could well kill this new vampire since it is relatively low.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't even search it with Van Helsing by himself. Just
No,
I
wait.
wouldn't.
I just wait
No,
for them
just
to
wait.
win. Yeah.
Wait for both of them. Because that. How many day moves does Dracula need to do to win here? 3?
If nothing matures, then yep, 3, and there's potential
hard.
to be caught. Yep. The hunters might not have enough strength when they do get onto him, but oh wow, the chat's going mad for the crucifix. Loving it.
Hey, it's a good card.
Oh,
It is.
oh, Bookrast was a layer. We didn't even see that. We didn't even check that screen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember we knew this.
Oh, look at that. Look at us being noobs. Bucharest is right there. He can't have gone to Bucharest. That's
Always check your
your layers. Wow.
Always check your layers.
But that's also
don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, Fangs of Fire. We all made the same mistake.
Yeah, we
The
all did it.
greatest hunters will forget to do the.
But that's also a mistake on Dracula's part not to have got rid of that layer, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
That could have been
Or
another place he could have
maybe
gone
he
to.
thought about it, but he hasn't had the opportunity because
Yep.
he has been clearing out these
Okay.
trails.
Do you go to Athens? See, I think maybe you go to 10 and you just supply up. Because if he's in Athens, he's gonna have to leave.
Yeah.
And then you're just gonna have to set up.
Oh,
What are you
Belgrade?
doing?
Oh, it wasn't Belgrade. Oh, he did go to Athens. Oh, this is excellent stuff.
And now Dracula is gonna just go to Athens, probably. Or
Yeah.
is he just gonna immediately go to sea?
I would
Well-
feed, I think.
Yeah, because the only way he gets jumped on is by Essence
Renewed
of Emergency
Vigor would get it.
or Renewed Vigor, yeah.
Yeah.
But then how? But then maybe he's got really good encounters
Right, but that's
here. And he
not
doesn't
scary
care.
because Mina only has a gun.
Yeah. Me doesn't have Forewarned, so you're just hoping that Seward does. He's only got 2 events. I mean, you can play your odds, and also the deck is reshuffled, so he might have drawn that fog. So he might have double fog potentially. I don't know if the timing will exactly work,
Yeah,
but
he's
Yep, here comes the feed.
feed and leave. Yeah, I would do the same here.
Yeah.
I think I'd play the risk and play feed here, and then you can just run around forever. And the Hunters, I don't think the Hunters will catch you. Just go to sea until you get your wolf form back, I think. But there's a chance.
Hunters have dug a lot of events. There's a good chance they have Money Trail. They have that Hypnosis. They just really need to get the Renewed Vigor
Yeah.
to give them a decent chance of jumping on Dracula before he makes 3 ocean moves.
Okay, there goes the. But they got to kill this new vampire. That's also something else that has to happen here.
Right. Now you don't ambush with the new vampire. You force Van Helsing to spend the action.
That's right. Yep.
And then Godalming will become delayed. He'll become undelayed at night. Both of them will be able to theoretically start contributing then again.
Yep.
At that point.
Mm-hmm.
If it sounds like we're rooting for the Hunters, it's because new Hunter players, it's very hard to.
Oh no,
he
you
is
ambush on
ambushed.
Godalming turn.
I
well-
would not have done that.
Well, no, I guess it doesn't matter. It all works out the same way because Van Helsing's now delayed, so he can't search it during the day.
Oh, I guess.
It all works out the same, I suppose. And it's a one health
It's
vampire.
just a different
I mean,
Hunter becomes delayed. I guess this way, Van Helsing. Well, nah.
I don't think it makes too much of a difference. And especially since it's a one health vampire. I mean, this is going to be very difficult.
I think it is literally impossible for this vampire not to die.
Yeah.
With this action here.
Oh, even Fangs is saying thanks for the ambush.
You would have to Fangs in order to, because if he double punches, he wins. If he doesn't play Fangs.
Yeah, but they have better stuff than punches.
As long as they both play an aggressive weapon now, this vampire dies.
Yeah.
Oh, well, does Garia have a knife? Ooh. Oh, it doesn't matter, because Van Helsing takes
all
damage.
Godalming has to have is literally anything that does damage.
A punch will do it, yeah.
Right. As long as both of them played something that did at least 2 damage, then there literally would be impossible for...
The vampires are dead.
Apparently when the vampire only has 1 health left, you can just shoot her repeatedly with conventional bullets, and then that will kill her.
Hmm. So look at that.
Weaponry at its finest.
Now suddenly, the Hunters have a little bit of time.
Suddenly,
It depends on what
Yeah.
Athens... I mean, Athens could be a vampire, and then that will cause some issues, but... We can only work with what we got.
yeah, this is a good move. You want to at least threaten Athens and be like, "Hey, don't you think about doing it?" Now, one of them is going to need to go in and actually try to take care of it.
Yeah.
Man,
there was no
I just
stake with Kajic.
really wish Mina had done a supply action in a big city.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
Nina is
if
super vulnerable.
I guess who's going to deal with Athens? I guess it should be Seward, but then Seward's in a better fighting position. Yeah, okay, that makes sense because it could have been Salonika, less
Could have
likely.
been Salonika.
I think that's
And
fine to
since
check it.
yeah, it's clear their horses are in a good enough position. This doesn't really hamper them.
No. Yeah, Mina should probably backtrack here. Get to Munich.
Yeah,
in
this
a
is,
couple
this is an
turns.
interesting
Tricky.
choice. But yeah, I would
difficult.
send her to 11, I think. But if he sends her to 55, I understand why.
Oh,
Now that I don't understand. That's a mystery to me. 55 is at least.
I wonder where he could be.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
Don't. I know you're trying to style on Dracula, but don't just use.
I mean, I get,
newspaper reports.
when else is newspaper reports going to be relevant, though? That's the problem. The game's going to be over before any really big relevant space is going to be revealed, so just to stop the prompt, I guess. I guess maybe you could just hide
But
information.
holding on to it, it's at least. It's just good to obfuscate.
Well, yeah, Mecking's making a good
I guess
point.
it could reveal the Tyrrhenian Adriatic Black Sea move.
Yeah.
But of course, by then,
Might be too late anyway, right?
might be too late.
Night trade? Possibly. They might be night trading. Yep.
Huh? That's actually a pretty good idea. Since he knows what Mina has.
The
Yeah,
good old,
you want to
good
do
old,
it even if you don't trade anything, just to obfuscate.
Yeah, exactly. Good old obfuscation, right?
That is essentially giving Mina new items.
Yeah.
For the purposes of the combat.
Assuming she can ever get into a combat with Dracula. Because she's going to have to make her way all the way west now. Because Dracula's going to leave Tyrone,
Alright, let's see what
surely.
they did. Oh, they gave Mina a full hand of items, it looks like.
I guess that makes sense because then she doesn't have to sit and supply anywhere. And as soon as it goes to Athens, he's going to be irrelevant for the rest of the game then. So I see the point of that.
And it looks like it lets Mina. Wait, what health was Mina on? 7?
I don't
He
know.
was like at 7 or so.
Yeah, so it also lets her heal faster.
Okay.
And off to sea he goes.
Off to sea he goes to the Ionian.
Yeah, now the question is, does he make the play to the Black Sea or not? Like, just go there and then book it to Castle Dracula?
So some of that depends on what the hunters do right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually like where Van Helsing and Godalming are. I think you actually have them stay put and grab events. Because you actually do need events. Although,
But then
since he's down an item, he may
If
need to move
Dracula
45.
moves 3 times to Mediterranean and then Wolfham's into Spain, they're going to be so far behind. This is really tricky. This is
Yes,
really
but
difficult.
that's thinking 3 turns ahead. After this turn, if the hunters, if they don't have Money Trail, which we're sort of hoping that they do, then they do need to start moving a bit.
And I would say like hypnosis is really big, but then the problem is if Mina can never get onto a space with another hunter, then they won't be able to use it. Didn't I call Athens at one point? I'm just gonna hit here. I'm just gonna sit here being very
I'm
smug
pretty
about
sure 90% of the people watching this
knew
game
it was Athens.
also
It's always Athens.
It's literally impossible for it not to be Athens.
To be fair, I did call it like way earlier, not just now. It is indeed the final week. Yeah, this is massive. So Dracula's gonna be able to see a little bit during the final week, which is obviously not really what he wants to be doing, but it's just the way things are panned out in terms of timing, which is okay.
Guessing he's moving her to Athens.
Yeah, it's always Athens. It's always Athens. Oh, the chat's just been spammed with Athens. Loving it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
respect that move.
Sarajevo.
Oh, right. She doesn't need to supply. She's been given a bunch of new items.
Yeah.
Sarajevo would have been better
Although,
because you get to
wouldn't you
Munich
have gone
tomorrow.
to Sarajevo? Yeah.
That's just a small thing, but it could be the difference. If she's suddenly 1 turn behind Dracula when he lands, then yep, that would be the move.
And that pretty much cuts off the Black Sea option.
That move also suggests that he has Money Trail. If he had not had Money Trail, he would have moved her within movable distance to another hunter so that he could hypnosis.
Are you trolling, Vakajic? Dracula can't land in Genoa. There's a massive token there saying he can't.
And there's the fog.
All right.
Stewart is out of it for a while.
He's
Yeah.
gonna be out of it anyway, right?
Which
Well-
is why it's a good thing he traded his items to Mina.
Well, I guess not. If he was able to get, if this wasn't a fog and he dealt with whatever it is, he would have been only one space behind Mina tomorrow. Should be technically two.
Yeah.
but-
Godalming Night Supply, he didn't. He should have. Sometimes you gotta take risks when you're behind this much as the hunters, and you need items.
Matt King in chat just said, "I'm just remembering our T-shirt idea where Dracula hides behind an olive tree holding a gyro." But he's always in Athens.
He definitely should have Night Supplied. It's a 1 in 4 chance of drawing a Dracula event right now. There are a ton
Either
of Dracula events in the discard pile.
Or all, I don't know. Do you think
All right, Money
Dracula
Drill?
would like?
No, he didn't.
like
He can't have
olives?
Money Drill.
I think olives one. I think agree.
So Godalming should move to 25 and then Night Supply. But as for the rest of them, I'm not sure.
He might have
Mina should
gotten
move to
like,
59. And I
maybe
feel
he's just. I think he just doesn't have money trail.
you know, Godalming, if you had Night Supplied, then you wouldn't have to be supplying right now.
Yeah. Oh, an evil presence here would be amazing.
It'd
Because
be
you
real
got
good.
Hunters on Adriatic and Tyrrhenian. Yeah.
I believe he can wolf form again, right? Or, no,
If he
good
moves, if you have to
Wolf
move,
form's on the trail.
you have to move a couple
Yeah.
of spaces, and then you have to get all the way to South Atlantic to do that. And,
And that-
Wolf
Atlantic's
forming
not
from the
good.
South Atlantic is not great.
Not great. No, it's not good at all, is
No.
it?
I mean, yeah.
No, at that point it'd be point. I was trying to see if wolf form was possible.
No, it's a good thing to ask, because obviously that's a really big thing, right? Wolf forming from the sea is a
Yep.
massive strategy that Dracula can do. But also the fact that CG's
especially
been played.
Mediterranean.
Yeah, but the fact that CG's been used, it's not as critical in this situation.
Yeah, the CG is providing a bit of help here. Ooh, you hate to see that.
Yeah. Hunters with horses are the ones who are going to be relevant. Oh, unless...
Yeah, since Van Helsing doesn't have horses, you want to move him start moving him by sea, right?
Oh, maybe there's another way you could do this. Maybe Van Helsing should have given his 2 guns to Godalming, and Godalming then just runs off. He's got no movement, that's
Yeah.
the problem. He hasn't got horses. So I don't think Godalming's going to be relevant. I just think the Hunters are just... all the horses went to the east, which is great, because that's what they needed to be. But now, Dracula's going west, and they got no movement to be able to catch him.
Yeah, they need events. They need excellent weather, they need renewed vigor, and they need to try to grab that horse again.
Yeah, it's really difficult.
Unless, is it in the discard pile? Oh, it is.
Oh, was it actually?
Yeah, that horse ain't coming back.
Oh, well, okay
Yeah.
then. Yeah, this is really difficult for Hunters. I feel really sorry.
Got
for
a
the
Night
Hunters.
Supply! With a 1 in 4 chance, and you're down this much, you got a Night Supply. I would almost even say that Seward should Night Supply. I mean, I'm not, but... you know, I'm almost saying that.
That's a really difficult...
Oh, no, you know what Dracula does? He lands in Cagliari.
Yeah.
That's a free 3 points, and then he moves and lands again and gets another 3 points.
And then just has to move
Yeah,
once
and
more.
by then he could wolf form too.
Yeah. He's taking a little
Yeah.
bit more damage that way, but...
He's at 12 health. He's good.
So he's only
Yeah,
losing
it almost
one.
guarantees the win. There are only some edge circumstances where that would not guarantee the win.
Oh.
Yeah,
He's at Cagliari.
he's in Cagliari.
Oh, Wakajik in chat is saying that Venice is prime landing location, apparently. I mean, to be fair, the fact that no one can easily get to Venice, maybe that's a good point.
Venice is dangerous.
Is it?
The hunters have a bit more movement than I think people might expect. The reason it is because wolf form is still off cooldown.
Mm-hmm.
And Dracula needs to make 2 more non-wolf form moves to win.
But things like, why is Venice dangerous? Godalming has no events. Van Helsing doesn't.
Yeah. Man, how are
Me-
they not night supplying? See, if they'd been night supplying and getting events, then there'd be risk here, and Dracula would have to be careful about things because there would be circumstances that could come together and make the hunters win. But you can't win without events.
Pizza Wizards and Warcraft 2 and Chad's making a good point, which is what event is going to change the game for them? I know you have to try.
Excellent Weather and Renewed Vigor could change the game.
Those were the big ones, yeah.
Yeah, there would be the two. But then out of 29...
And another Charter Carriage. Or have we seen in all the Charter Carriage? There's like 4 Charter Carriages?
3. We've seen 2, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
Charter
seen
Carriage
one,
could also
and
change
there the game
game.
second. Yeah, 2.
Yeah. The thing is, even if you do get an extra weather renewed vigor, I think only
And Surprising
one...
Return. Not Surprising Return. Sense of Emergency. Getting Sense of Emergency to Mina would be really good.
Yeah.
Getting it on either of the 2 hunters that don't have horses would be really good.
I guess
And what's better is multiples of those could change the game. But you're not going to get them if you don't supply. So it's not even enough that... What are you doing?
Oh, he could have been there.
I guess, but...
It's unlikely. But you feel bad if you missed it.
Yeah,
but...
it's not likely.
I think it's just like if Dracula plays super safe and goes for a really easy play like Cagliari, you also need the full warned because you can just put down a Fogg and Cagliari. If they don't have full warned, then you're going to need so many
events, and
that's
that's why
problem.
it's so important for him to be done.
He found him!
Oh my gosh!
He was in the Black Sea.
Oh,
wow.
Okay. Well, this changes a few things. I mean, it doesn't change a lot.
Can she single-handedly kill a 12 health Dracula?
Mathematically speaking, no, not with only 2 items. But she could do work.
Oh my days.
I honestly was not expecting to have a combat encounter with Dracula in this game.
Well, we've got it at the final hour. Strength. Okay.
Punch.
That's pretty good for hunters, actually.
But also good for Dracula. Because it's, again, it's,
You hate to see strength. You hate to see strength only used for the damage, not to actually cancel a weapon,
That
or
is
to
true.
give you information, or to break a weapon.
That is true. But then also, like, think about it, it's like, even if Dracula gets into a really, really bad spot here, he can just escape his bat. He'll get points, and then he can move into the cars. I know he won't get the health because of the way the game works.
You definitely want to keep Dracula from escaping his bat here.
Because he would get 3 points for free. If people don't know this, the way escape bats work is because technically you're placing it at a location on the board, you get 3 points. Oh, double strength. Well, that makes sense. If you're opening with strength,
that seems odd to me.
Yeah, but that's all she's maybe got, right? I know they did the trade, but they might have not traded, if that makes sense. And if you've got 2 strengths in your opening hand, then throwing out 1 first turn is not a bad idea.
I'm just surprised Mina didn't dodge on the next turn, because it seemed obvious to me that Dracula would do something like Mesmerize, which would have also canceled the gun.
But then at the same time, if you're dodging, you're not doing damage to Dracula, and you need to try and kill him, even though it's very difficult.
Well, yeah, but you know what also doesn't do damage to Dracula? Getting your gun broken.
Well, that's true. Then you'd feel bad if Dracula played something else.
Mina is not going to win in this fight. It's literally not possible. The question is how much damage is she going to do, and is Seward going to be able to come in as a backup to take out Dracula?
If I was Dracula right now, I'd be just trying to think of, I need to try and bait my opponent into revealing whatever anti-back they might have.
Yeah. And then escape is about the following turn. Because you know she's only got 1 because the pistol's been broken. So as soon as she reveals whatever that anti-escape is about item is, she has nothing else and you're free to do it. Mesmerize.
I didn't know that Escape is Bat rescores
Yep.
the Fury of Dracula ability. That's,
but obviously he has to stay in combat for so long in order to trigger it, right?
Yeah, but now he can escape. I mean, he's able to do it.
Yeah. Unless she's holding a knife or a rifle that she doesn't know about.
If she's holding a knife, it will stop the bat.
Knife would be ideal because it also stops a Fang attack.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't think Dracula cares about biting.
Probably not.
Bite would win him the game.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, this is just, yeah.
Unless Great Strength has come out, but We don't have much reason to think that because the hunters haven't been getting events as they should have. But it's hard to play hunters when you're new.
Yeah. And 1v1s are hard at the best of times. Yeah, oh yeah, imagine if he has 2 escapers bats. He doesn't care if she cancels 1, he'll just play the second one. And he loses at most 2 damage. I don't think Draka's going to care
Do
very
we
much
know
about
what
that.
all Mina has? She has a...
Nope. She doesn't know, we don't know what the other thing is.
Forces
Yeah,
and
so
a pistol. That's it.
Win more IDS. That is true, but obviously IDS is not so critical in this league stage. Escaper's bat.
Here's that.
Oh, he did manage
And
to do it.
dodge.
Was it then in a heavily
Dracula
host she's
feeds-
got?
That's game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it was going to be game anyway, but yes.
No,
yeah,
officially a game. Well, no, when I say game, I mean that
Yeah.
literally is. There's no action that could be taken which will alter the.
So yeah,
the
it's
effect. Yeah, because that's 6 points, and hunters cannot initiate combat at night.
no.
And
Oh, well,
so,
he's
yeah,
away
that's
from her
probably-
anyway, right? He's going to jump away from her, and she's battered anyway. So yeah, that's a
But
GG.
actually, no, my point is it doesn't actually matter where anyone moves. He literally is just going to win with points.
Yeah, he's just going to move to win. Because no one can move onto his spot now, and they can't get into combat. Oh, a lot of combat in this one. Mostly with vampires, not with Dracula, but we had one right at the end there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, we saw everything. A tricky wolf form. After
Yeah,
not
but-
wolf forming the entire game, we got a tricky one right at the end. We saw standoffs, we
with the
saw
Black
baiting.
I thought going to the Black Sea was like a wild, big gamble kind of prediction.
Now,
Well,
interesting-
Dracula really could have gone anywhere, and it would have been really hard for him to lose.
Interesting fact here, if Dracula moves to the castle, the game will end before he heals. That's digital edition.
That's right. We've tested that. He gets the points before he gets the healing.
Oh, Godami had Lucy's Revenge. Ooh.
Oof.
Oof, yeah, that would have saved him.
That's rough.
But that makes sense, right? You want to use it on Dracula, but... yeah, using CG so early. But if he'd played the other Heavenly Host in Venice and discovered he was in Venice, then different game. Even though the CG was a little bit wasted, you still would have discovered where he was, and then that changes everything.
Yeah.
Hello,
Don't
Archer.
use
Blind CG.
Renewed Vigor unless you are using it to jump on Dracula, and don't use Consecrated Ground as we saw it used here.
Another Dracula win. We've had a lot of them.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of Dracula wins with new players, just inherently speaking.
It'd be interesting to see with the and then if as the tournament progresses, if that win rate shifts in a certain direction back towards 50-50. At the moment, I think out of the 6 or 7 games there have been, there's only been 1 Hunter win. Yep. So Dracula finishes on 12 health, not 15.
Correct.
GG Altaris, very good game, well played by both. That's 2 wins out of 2 for Altaris, and yeah, done very, very well so far. Very good.
Yeah, that was... Honestly, there was Dracula kept us guessing almost the entire game. That was really, really good on it.
Yeah. And we were surprised by some of the things he was doing, right? So, yeah, no criticism at all of how Fangs played. All very
Yeah, that's
interesting
why it's
stuff.
so important to save your events for those really important points, because you are likely going to get outguessed by Dracula a couple times, and the only thing that will save your bacon and those points are those really powerful hunter events.
Altaris is saying boo for not getting the healing. He wants his IDS.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Very exciting stuff. Oh,
Right, well, there's one more game that I am going to be casting.
oh, that's cool. Are you going to be live streaming it? Or just
no,
or normal
I don't think
recording?
I'll be able to. I have forgotten how. I don't think I'm going to be. Well, if I try, I might be able to live stream.
I mean, I can quickly tell you how to set it up. It's fairly easy. If not, a normal
I've
recording.
set it up in the past. Well, we can end our recording of the current game.
Yeah, I agree. So just people in live chat, I just want to say thank you very much for tuning in. Love reading your comments. I know I haven't read all of them out, but it's a really good banter and stuff. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed everything. Thank you to Ozzy for joining us for the first time. Welcome to the commentator group. And Quincy, thank you very much for joining.
Well, thank you for having me.
No problem. And yep, so it's very possible that Quincy will either be streaming a game right now, or there'll be a game appearing on Quincy's channel at some point when the normal recording is processed and everything. So I can't remember. Fangs of Fire is playing. I can't remember who the opponent is now off the top of my head. Maybe it's Geo. I can't remember. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching. You've been great. All the links to everybody who's recording and live streaming games is in the description of this video. You'll find the playlist to all the games. See you in the next one.